for all posterity. Anyone has a question?
Stuart?
Yes, Larry.
Can you talk about maintaining our sense of humor as we go through life and not taking ourselves too seriously?
What to say? I mean, I mean, look, I mean, I don't know how to talk about it. I mean, look, when you take yourself too seriously, you create all kinds of problems and dilemmas for yourself. The tension gets really acute inside people. And, I mean, we got to be able to laugh. You have to be able to do things. I mean, look, there was a guy, I really forgot his name, who was very famous. He was the chief editor of the Saturday Evening Post. And he had cancer. And he cured himself of cancer by going out and getting movies, the Marx Brothers, this one, that. And he spent days and days just watching these movies and laughing. And he cured himself of the problem. Now, this might sound fantastic, but it's true. It's an actual true story. And I mean, I never met the guy, but the guy endorsed one of my books, my book, Leah. But he went out and he just rented or bought all these really funny movies. And he spent days, if not weeks, just all his time laughing. And the cancer went away. Understand, the heaviness inside people brings on so many problems. It creates illness, it creates tension, it creates so many problems inside people that it's really essential to be able to laugh at oneself. To be able, not only at oneself, but to laugh at the absurdity of life. All the drama and tension and politics goes on. It's all basically, Shakespeare said, a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. And we have to be capable of not taking all this stuff so seriously, because it really does damage to us inside. And the best way of not taking it seriously is simply to be able to laugh at oneself. We all do stupid things, funny things, make mistakes. And instead of getting crippled by these things, we should be able to have a good laugh and say, okay, I learned something. I can move on in my life. But it's a true story. I honestly forgot his name. It's on the back of my book, Leah, this guy's name. But it was a very famous thing that he did. He cured himself of cancer laughing. And he continued to work as the chief editor at the Saturday Evening Post. So it's very important, that intensity of being so serious about everything. It creates a lot of problems. Laughing, having fun, it creates lightness of being. Heaviness of being creates a lot of problems.
Thank you, Stuart.
You're welcome. And I didn't make up this story about this guy who killed himself. It's really a true story. I mean, when he did it, this is a long time ago, back in the 70s, or something, when he did this, he was very famous, this guy, for having done that. And one of my students met him and put my manuscript in front of him and said, we would like an endorsement. This is true. And the guy endorsed the book. He read it and said, wow, this is incredible. I endorse this. This book has saved lives. Does anyone else have a question?
But Stuart,
Yes.
when I go deeper, it's something, it's not pleasure, it's maybe vulnerable and negative. And that time it's happening negative things around me. What to do in that time that I am going.
You know, Flora, when you go deeper, you uncover all of those negative things that are buried inside you. They come out, they manifest, but you know, that is the time when you can get rid of them.
Okay.
Otherwise, they're buried inside you and they also do a lot of damage to people. So they come up. You know, it's, you know, I always say it's like dredging a river. You know, you go and you're cleaning the river, all the garbage comes to the surface and then you can clean it out. And this is really, yeah, there's no reason why we shouldn't do that. We have to release all of those repressed negative energies that we bury inside ourselves. And then it comes up and sometimes we have negative experiences because of that, but we can flush it out of our system. We get rid of it.
I thought so. I get the answer, but I have to ask you to be sure.
Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? So, you know, as I said before the class started, I used to do these retreats like monthly, sometimes twice a month, but it's just too much for me to do now, and traveling all over the world. So I decided that maybe I'll do one on Rudy Samadhi and another one on my birthday. So there'd be two in the year. One would be in February, the other would be in August. And if people would like to attend, let me know. The one in February, I used to try to do it in New York, but sometimes the snow was so bad here that airplanes couldn't land and people had to miss, you know. So I decided that I stopped doing it. I started doing it in Miami. And if you're interested, the weather's beautiful, the sky is clear, you know, it's a nice place to go in February. And I will depending upon how many people sign up for this thing, I will most likely do it in February in Miami. So if you're interested, please let me know. I know, you know, people live in Israel, they live in Europe, they live in Brazil that are here. I mean, there's big distance, you know, but if you decide you want to take a little vacation and include a retreat, let me know. And, you know, certainly you'll be welcome to come. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? Okay, we'll have another class on Thursday. And again, thank you, bless you all for being here, for participating in this, for demanding that I grow. And I'm just very grateful for what goes on here. So God bless you all, thank you. And I'm looking forward to seeing everyone on Thursday. Have a good evening.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Stuart.
Thanks, Stuart.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you, Stuart.